Good evening and welcome. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Liberia First on Jida Talk. Today is Thursday, September the 4th, 2025. If you join us there for the very first time, we say welcome to you on this podcast. We insist to be civil with one another. There shall be no curse words, no insults of any kind. If you don't like what we say, what we do here, we invite you to switch the channel, move to another channel, and you can come back another day. My name is Juan Michael Gilman, and we do broadcast from Detroit, Michigan. If you are celebrating your birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones tonight, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. Invite someone, like the page, follow the page, and be my guest. Tonight we're going to dig deeper into the arson, the alleged arson case at the Capitol building. And also we're going to dig deeper into why is George Roosevelt Willie ruling the way he is ruling? Why is he so iron-fisted against the defense? Every motion by the defense, including transparency, to be transparent, that is allowing the cameras in the courtroom, has been denied. Do you trust that sending the suspects, alleged suspects, who complained of torture, sodomization to JFK for medical checkups? Do you think that JFK will be honest and say, yes, these guys were tortured, they were sodomized? Something that made it into the United States State Department Human Rights Report on Liberia. Do you think JFK will be honest and say, yes, these folks were sodomized? We're going to dig deeper tonight. We're going to bring you also, in its totality, the report by the Minnesota former fire chiefs. The entire report, we're going to read it for you tonight and discuss it with you as well. So invite someone, like the page, follow the page, share the live, share the video, and be my guest. So far, we are about 57 people on here, or 100, and we got only 3 shares. If each and every one of you will share the video, we'll begin right away, okay? I want to see the numbers go up. I'm looking at the numbers here. We got 3 shares. And I think that's including me. I'm sharing to WhatsApp group. I'm not able to share on Facebook. So please share the video to your group pages and be my guest, okay? We're gonna dig a little deeper into the fire incident. We're gonna play you some old videos to refresh your minds, your memories, and bring you to speed with current reality, okay? As corruption ripped through Liberia, The University of Liberia is left unattended to. We got 44 shares. Thank you very much for all of you sharing. Thank you very much. Keep on sharing. Joyce Lomagere Wayne is first in the queue tonight. Welcome to you there, Joyce. We got a great show for all of us there tonight. Also, Asata O. Dawson. Welcome to you, Asata. Great to have you. She says, I'm watching from my purple corner. Winwood Lucky. Welcome to you there. Winwood Lucky. Great to see you. Gedwo M. Roberts. Welcome. Sophie Blamo. Welcome to you. Winston Logan. Great to see you on here. Angel Brown. Welcome. She said, I'm so glad to watch you, Mr. Gilman. Absolutely. I'm happy that you are here as well. And Yasa K. Ware, the lady from Atlanta. Welcome to you. Says, good evening to you, Mr. Gilman, and my GHT CLN family. Keman Saki, welcome to you. We got a great show coming up here for all of us. Benetta, yeah, welcome. I'm inside the TV tonight. Oh, absolutely. George Underwood from Washington, D.C., welcome to you as well. We got a great show coming up. Invite someone, like the page, follow the page. Elasa D. Batu Giddings, welcome to you. Claire Richards, welcome from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We got a great show coming up here. And of course, Brown B. Heenan, welcome to you as well. And for all of you following the show, watching, we say welcome to you. Let me bring you to speed with what is to unfold on here tonight, okay? Tonight, we're going to dig deeper into the arson or fire case at the Capitol building. George Roosevelt Willie is the man. Roosevelt Willie is the judge that is presiding over the case. Let me show you his face. I want you to take a look at this George Roosevelt Willie. We're going to profile him as well. Tell you, this the same George that was over the Shallow Musu murder trial. This the same George Roosevelt Willie. I sat in his courtroom during the proceedings of the Shallow Musu murder trial, and I saw how it went. And this is no threat to the judge. We are not threatening him, but his position of late in this very high-profile case involving Speaker J. Funati Kofa and other lawmakers and Liberia's young men, okay, have caught the attention of not only us, but the international community, to the extent that the torture, sodomization meted out against these young men while they were in police custody, while they were in NSA custody, is so huge that it found its way into the United States State Department or Human Rights record on Liberia. Okay, I'm not the one stating it. But torture, sodomization, corruption, lies, against the rule of law, everything, human rights violations, everything was detailed in the United States report, human rights report for Liberia. And today we are witnessing George Roosevelt Willie turning his back again on transparency. Transparency. Why will a judge presiding over such huge profile case turn his back on transparency? Every motion by the defense, he rejected, he denied. Every motion by the defense, even in the gathering of evidence illegally, he accepted by the prosecutors. Keeping somebody at a hotel for over 10 days, feeding him, giving him liquor, maybe cigar and caviar, coercing him to lie. And the young man came out and said it. He allowed that into evidence. When the defense motioned not to accept that, he allowed it into evidence. Everything motioned by the defense, George Willie rejected and allowed the prosecutors to have their way. Okay, so tonight we're going to dig deeper into that. Again, we're going to go deeper into the Minnesota former fire chiefs that went to Liberia using taxpayers' dollars. Okay? Using taxpayers' dollars. They went and did an investigation. Why did the government refuse to admit this investigation report into evidence? Why did the government refuse to allow that report into evidence? We're going to dig deeper into that. Okay? We're going to bring you that whole report, read it to you here tonight, and of course, dig deeper into other things. Gabriel West, welcome to you. Mickey Me D. Harris, welcome to you. Great to see you there from Boston, Massachusetts. And Winston Logan said, I have shared in more than 10 groups. Thank you very much. Tina Cooper, welcome to you as well from Denver, Colorado. We got a great show for all of us here tonight. Musa Brown, welcome to you. Say, Mr. Gimmer, I am all ears. Absolutely. Welcome to all of you. Jessica M. Beslow on the YouTube channel. Thanks for letting me know. By trending from there, says, good evening, Mr. Gilmer. You're welcome there. Harriet Weiser from Philadelphia. Hi, GHT, Chairman and CEO of the Concerned Librarian Network. May God continue to strengthen you with more wisdom. The blessings of the Almighty God be with you and your family. Amen. God is real, and the truth shall reveal itself by the grace of God. Absolutely. Amen and amen and amen to that. Darius Paul 12. This old man will send our lawmakers. Darius Paul 12. This old man will send our lawmakers to free jail, and Liberians sit there doing nothing. Mozart Dennis, welcome to you there, my dear brother from Minnesota. Great to see you on here as always. We got a great show for all of us. Othelia Chape Monjolo, welcome. And of course, Susie Lamadan, all the way there from Sydney, Australia. Welcome to you. Prince Bagbe from North Dakota, welcome. No, Monique Boyu, welcome to you. And let me hastily say congratulations and thanks to all of you that have made your donations to the Concerned Librarian Network for on-war presentation to the CDC. for the sole purpose of joining with the CDC to construct a new party headquarters. To date, we have raised the total of $5,547. $5,547. And the numbers on the screen can be used to send your donation by Cash App and Zelle. And the number is 313-957-9702. That's 313-957-9702. Again, we've raised a total of $5,547. And we got 11 donors on the Zelle. The latest on the Zelle donor list is Amy Black, aka Paula Collins, from Des Moines, Iowa, for $50. $50 on the Zelle app, Cash App. The total we raised on the Zelle is $1,175. $1,175. And on the Cash App, we got 33 persons that have made donations, totaling on Cash App $3,052. And the last donor on the Cash App was J. Mommy Bessler, MJ. I call her MJ. Mommy Bessler is following on the YouTube channel. Okay, so Zelle plus Cash App, we have a total of 4,177. 4,177. From Australia, we have $2,100, and that $2,100 converted to US dollar today. That money was transmitted to us today from Australia by Mars SP Pelu, and we received a total of $1,327. $1,327, representing $2,100 raised from Australia. Okay. Also, we have materials that were pledged, or materials donors. Okay. The latest on there today is Masalam Demi for 20 bags of cement. So we have from Australia, she's from Australia as well. She donated 20 bags of cement. We have materials, Alex Kolu from Nema, Gompa City, 50 bags of cement. Charles Baggery, wire nails. He said he will supply the wire nails throughout the construction. He's in Monrovia. Pastor Hannah, New Jersey. I spoke with her briefly today. I believe she had just come from work and was catching her sleep, but she was able to answer my call. And we talked very briefly. We're supposed to talk again. 100 bags of cement from Pastor Hannah. Masalam Demi, 20 bags of cement, totaling 170 bags of cement and wire nails throughout the project. Okay? If you want to make your donations while we are away out of the country, out of the USA, you can still do so through Cash App and Zelle. Okay? If you send Zelle while I'm in Liberia, I will receive it right away. If you send Cash App, it will take about 2 days to go into the account. All right? So if you did Cash App while I'm away, please take a screenshot and send it to me on WhatsApp or put it in the chat room. Okay? The donation continues. All right? If you haven't done so yet, we want to encourage you to do so. Rich Boy, Cousin Denayu, welcome to you there from New York, New York. And my Mata son, welcome to you. Solomon Weeks, welcome, my dear little sister from Seattle, Washington. Welcome to you. Harriet Wiese, I have not sent my contributions yet. and it will be very soon. Absolutely. I know what you can do, Miss Wisa from Philadelphia. Welcome to you. Edwin Sumo. Goya, good evening. I'm watching from Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to you. And this from a George Underwood. Mr. Gilman, I think the former speaker is too quiet. I don't know whether he's too quiet, but I think he's been diplomatic. Shato Bobby G. Thank you so much, Mr. Gilman, for going deeper. Absolutely. All right. So, folks, invite someone, like the page, follow the page. And of course, let's get this done. Let's go back into time when it all started. The removal of the chairs. They're crying. Why did you cry? I cry because the destruction was massive. We least expected it. I authorized the removal of the chairs. And this is Representative James Collier from the majority bloc. And like we stated, we're going to take you back into time to bring you to speed with current reality. Will this video make its way into the courtroom? Or even James Collier, will James Collier take the witness stand? Okay, will James Collier take the witness stand? In this case, will the prosecutors allow James Collier, the likes of James Collier, Samuel Koga, Mo Ali, Gregory Coleman, and others, the Justice Minister, Samuel Kofi Owusu-Woods, who is heard of commanding, ordering the torturing of suspects, sodomizing suspects. Will Samuel Kofi Owusu-Woods take the witness stand? Will he? So we're going to dig into that tonight for all of us here. And as we are speaking and announcing the donor list, Gabriel West, my young brother there from Mamba Point, also just sent $100 to the Cash App. T West, thank you very much. It's here. All right, thank you. That's Gabriel West. Just sent $100 on Cash App. Okay, thank you very much. It's here. Okay, will these people make it to the witness stand? Will George Roosevelt Willie? Yeah, T West, I got it. Thank you. Say check the Cash App. It's here. Will they? Lord Yene, Momo Nelson, he said time. I know. We're digging deeper in here. I got so much to thank God for. Welcome to you there. I added you to the chat room. I don't know whether you've seen it or I haven't heard you make any comment there. All right? Yeah. Welcome. Great to have you. So let's go to the video. Let's take you back into time, and then we're gonna come to current reality and bring you why is George Roosevelt Willie is ruling and behaving in the way and manner he is behaving. Okay? Yeah, Jen McBorough. Jenny said that statement is so incriminatory. It is very, very incriminatory. All right? Let's bring you to speed with this video. And again, this is James Collier.
Anyone who says that this chair at the joint chamber, that person, they don't know the joint chamber. This chair has not been hosted at the joint chamber. And the first thing I want the public to understand is the historical analysis of these chairs. These are the chairs that were used by John Topa Mulba and Erwin Melvin Snow Jr. when they were Speaker and Deputy Speaker, respectively,
2006.
in 2006. These are historical chairs. So thereafter, when other speakers succeeded them, they stopped using these chairs. And these chairs were kept at the basement of the building. One might say in the archive or whatever nomenclature I gave to it. So when we took over, we felt that this was a historical chair. We needed to have reconditioned it to still be used by the speaker and the deputy speaker. It is against this by draft that these chairs were taken to Central Town. They were furnished or furnished, and we brought them on Thursday. Thursday was the first day these chairs entered the joint chamber. So anyone who said this chair were in the joint chamber, Thursday or last week, no, Tuesday. This on Tuesday was the first day this chair were used in the joint chamber. So after Tuesday, I instructed the maintenance department to take it back to the lab, to the archive, which is a library. There's a place called LRS, Legislative Information Service. Near another place there, around there, these chairs are being kept. So anyone in the public thinking or insinuating that these chairs were kept in the joint chamber, I think they are joking. But let me say this, so you, the reporter, got to help us and clarify it. When we moved in the joint chamber newly, were these chairs in there? No, I'm asking you. When we moved in the joint chamber newly conduct session, were these chairs in there? Mama, the people not seeing your face, I want to respond.
We cannot answer yes or no.
But you were there seeing, were you not there?
Explain that.
In that explanation, this does not require explanation. You are the facts finder. You are the one who to do the inquiry for the public. You went there when we moved in the joint chamber, you were there. Did you see these chairs? Yes or no? So by your response or your analysis, or let the public go back to the past video of the section, what are the chairs are seen there? Tuesday were the first day these chairs arrived in the joint chamber after they were being reconditioned. So I just want to say to the public, the perception of these chairs were there, no. In fact, when this chair came, we were afraid before someone destroyed, because it is not just a chair, it is a historical chair. The public, the perception of these chairs were there, no. In fact, when this chair came, we were afraid before someone destroyed, because it is not just a chair. In fact, when this chair came, we were afraid.
What was he afraid of? What were you afraid of? In fact, when these chairs came, we were afraid before someone destroyed it. These chairs, it. You do the analysis of the English spoken here. These chairs, it.
In fact, when this chair came, we were afraid before someone destroyed, because it is not just a chair, it is a historical chair. Post-war Liberia, first elected speaker and first elected deputy speaker. These are the chairs they use. If you look into it, you see deputy speaker and you see speaker of the house. They are not just ordinary chairs. Look at the formation, the structure these chairs are made in. They are not easily seen here. You can look at other speakers that came, Speaker Kofa, Speaker Chimber, Speaker Tyler, Speaker Nukwe. They are chairs they used, they were not like this. So this chair, as chair on root order, I cherish this chair so much because this is the first chair that was used by an elected speaker in post-war Liberia. So it's not only a chair, but it's a historical one for us. And I'm recommending, if we are to resume active work after everything, if we are to resume for the Christmas break, after everything.
Why is he talking about if we are to resume? Why is he saying that? What was underneath that? After everything. Then he said after the Christmas break. What is everything? Is everything the burning of the Capitol? This was on Tuesday. This video was done on Tuesday, December 17. Tuesday, December 17, this video was done. What did he mean by that? After everything, when we resume, after everything, after the burning.
Zoom active work after everything, we are to resume for the Christmas break, chair, but it's a historical one for us. And I'm recommending, If we are to resume active work after everything, if we are to resume from the Christmas break, after everything, I'm recommending to the leadership that the current leadership can produce their own chair, that we can take this chair to the National Museum to be kept there for historical references. That tomorrow after the war in 2006, when election was conducted in 2005, a speaker was elected, a deputy speaker was elected. On the basis of that, after they were elected, this was a chair they used. If you go at the museum outside, you will see the vehicle that Chancellor used. You will see the vehicle that Doe used and all ex-presidents. So I think we can also historicalize this as well, to see this as the first elected speaker of the legislature of Liberia in post-war, which was Speaker Ellen Mervyn Snow Jr. and the first deputy speaker, John Tuba Molba.
The public saw you sharing tears this whole time. Do you care to tell the public what was that tear all about?
You saw it. I didn't know say it out. We entered the chamber, the joint chamber, and we saw the destruction that was done there. So it was massive. It was least expected. You saw it. I didn't know say it out. We entered the chamber, the joint chamber, and we saw the destruction that was done there. So it was massive. It was least expected.
All about?
You saw it. I didn't know say it out. We entered the chamber, the joint chamber, and we saw the destruction that was done there. So it was massive. It was least expected.
All about?
You saw it. I didn't know say it out. We entered the chamber, the joint chamber, and we saw the destruction that was done there. So it was massive. It was least expected.
I don't have to tell you or say it all. When you enter the joint chambers, you saw the destruction. It was massive. It was least expected. What was expected? Sabina Harris, Melton, William W. Wu, Roland Yomi. Will this man, James Collier, take the witness stand to defend that statement? It was massive. It was least expected. What did he and others expect? This video, this interview was done Tuesday, December 17. Tuesday, December 17. This video was done. Lady Adoma, welcome to you. Señor Porte, what did he expect? He cried because the destruction was massive. It was least expected. Eh? The destruction was massive. It was least expected. What about the Inspector General of Police? Eh? Gregory Coleman. What about him? We're going to play you two videos of Gregory Coleman. I want you to listen keenly to the Inspector General, Gregory Coleman.
Intensified over time, requiring law enforcement intervention. November 8, 2024, Thomas Isaac Etheridge, staff of former Speaker, and Patrick Moore seized the keys of the Deputy Chief Clerk office, indicating signs of sabotage. November 10, 2024, the Joint Chambers intensified over time, requiring law enforcement intervention. November 8, 2024, Thomas Isaac Etheridge, staff.
You heard that? Let's play you this video, this one.
And we make sure the law is being violated. We step in and we make sure we enforce it. On December 10, 2024, the police investigation did establish that suspect Kivi Bar, alias Kaba, and Joan Ginanti, attempted to ignite fire on a circuit breaker panel on the second floor using gasoline. This was an act. This act was a precursor to the larger plan to destroy the entire Capitol building. The law is being violated. We step in.
The law is being violated, and we step in. What is that step in? What is that step in? This is it. This is the answer to that. The law is being violated. The law is being invited or violated, and we step in. What is that step in? Listen to him.
Intensified over time, requiring law enforcement intervention.
Okay. That the lawmakers or the situation at Capitol Hill became intensified. That then required law enforcement intervention. Law enforcement intervention. What did law enforcement do? What did the law enforcement do? When they took over the Capitol, what did they do? What did they do when they took over the Capitol? What did they do? Let me bring you to speed with this video right here. That will show you the perimeters of the Capitol building. The siege that Gregory Como spoke about just now, that law enforcement took siege of the Capitol. What did they do? Were they just standing around, doing nothing, sleeping, on duty, on guard? What did they do? Huh?
It would have been, double.
This is one angle of the Capitol building. Every entrance or entrances to the Capitol were manned by police, joint security, such that even lawmakers from the Rule of Law Caucus were not easily allowed on the grounds of the Capitol. All of these videos are from when? December 17, Tuesday, December 17. Gregory Como told us the grounds of the Capitol was becoming uncontrollable, and so law enforcement took siege of the Capitol. Law enforcement took siege of the Capitol. Take a look and take a listen to this video right here. And on this day, you will hear the reporters talk about James Collier. The video we played to you earlier on wore a helmet. James Collier wore a helmet to the Capitol building on December 17, Tuesday, December 17, the very day that he ordered to remove the chairs from the Capitol so that no one destroyed them. The very day that he said he cried, no, that it was the next day he said he cried because the destruction was massive. They least expected it. But on Tuesday, Section Day, he wore a helmet to work. Take a look, take a listen. We're going to spin it around for you. The various entry points to the Capitol.
Have been, double than that, because we were physically attacked. At some point in time, my phone was slapped from me.
An
individual took it and pocketed it. I'm asking him for it.
Wow.
As if to say I was working for him.
Wow.
And he said that he was not going to give the phone. So and this is not something that I was not identified. He saw me in my full attire yesterday, because matter of fact, before you access the grounds of the Capitol, you have to go through.
But you got back your phone yesterday, right?
Yes, I got back my phone with the intervention of the police, and some other media institutions, colleagues from other media institutions that were around, that decided to flag the issues. And later on, Representative Dixon Sibo, attention was caught, and that was how he came in. You know, I mean, because the police, you know, were intending to get the phone forcibly from the individual.
Exactly. There were so many acts yesterday that went on.
There were a lot of things that went on yesterday.
So some of them were inappropriate and maybe, but that's the beauty of democracy, though.
And that's what
yeah. But we are here, and this morning you see the atmosphere, you see the presence of the.
I have not seen
he actually came with helmet on his head. So
yeah, so I have not seen him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and
but what do you really anticipate today?
Seen him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and
but what do you really anticipate today from today's session? Because today is session day.
Yes.
And perhaps the majority of black may say the
Ben, you know, with the way the ground is always today seems to be quite a different day.
Okay.
On a serious
when you say different day, what do you expect? Do you think today actually may be greater than yesterday?
There's issue of tension. The political tension here is high. You know, we may expect it to be higher than what it was yesterday, because the presence of the Liberian National Police will tell you, and the appearance of some lawmakers, as you have said, you know, like a lawmaker coming in a helmet, what is he expecting? You know, what is his expectation? Is this a battleground, you know, that people are going to have a fist fight, though we know that it is a political battle?
You heard the journalists, a lawmaker coming with helmet on his head. What is he expecting? The police presence on the grounds of the Capitol will tell you it's more than yesterday, more than the days before. Gregory Comer have already told us that the police are taking siege of the Capitol. Okay? On November 8th, November 10th. 1 month or so before the burning of the Capitol building, the police have already taken siege of the Capitol. Right? Let's show you the entrances of the Capitol building. And before we go to the fire report, okay, let's show you the entrances of the Capitol building. The various entrances of the Capitol building. This young man came to work with helmet on his head. James Collette went to work with helmet on his head. For what? I didn't say that. It's the journalist reporting from Liberia. Take a look, take a listen here. We're going to run through this to show you the entrances.
Grounds of the Capitol building. This is Spoon TV, and of course, I'm Sylvester Chirople. Thanks for joining us. This Capitol building is heavily being gathered by the presence of the Liberia National Police. All right, today's is session day. So we will take you around this morning. But this fellow, where is he? This fellow there, he has been arrested for what we don't know. But as you can see, this police officers are taking him. But let's bring you the atmosphere of.
Okay, this is the entrance across from the executive mansion. This is the entrance across from the executive mansion. Even an arrest was made. You heard the journalist talk about somebody was arrested and they were taking them in a white pickup truck, the police pickup truck. I mean, from one side of the gate, you can see tens of armed police officers in riot gears with helmets on their head and what have you. Similar helmet worn by Representative James Collette. Yeah? Let's follow on.
The atmosphere of the Capitol building, so you can see for yourself how this place looks like. All right, so wherever you are, however you following Spoon TV,
Is the complaint is against the speaker. Therefore, the speaker receives such a complaint,
yeah. So
and then he can protect.
Double than that, because we were physically attacked, at some point in time.
there's no one to answer that question. Then to enter and carry on the hearing,
Carry on their business.
and at the that the budget might not go through. All right, so there you have it. The Speaker of the Majority Bloc, Honorable Rachel Kuhn, and members from the Majority Bloc just arrived here at the grounds of the Capitol. The first lawmaker.
So it tells you that this may be a little bit the reason for which they're arriving earlier today. They may think
so that's morning. As you can see, the lawmaker is angry.
What's your presidency? What's your presidency? What means are you going to use? Fuck Joseph Boga, get the asshole.
So the lawmaker is very angry this morning.
Joseph Boga is a dirty mother from a state. Fuck your dirty asshole. The way forward is Joseph Boga being former president. Get the situation Joseph Boga created. When you fund your plantation here, and you carry your dirty ass and send it for nothing to negotiate with him to start her. When you fund the taking the not taking out of the
people power, as you can see, the people power. And the people power. Where's the law? The vice president is using you guys. Using you guys today. So go ahead, the law. Where's the law? Where is the law?
Okay, what you are looking at is they would not even allow lawmakers from the minority or the rule of law caucus to enter the building, to enter the grounds peacefully. You saw the influx of the majority bloc going in, no hindrance, no stoppage, nothing. The police were on the grounds. They took siege of the grounds. They did. They were in charge of the grounds. Okay? They were in charge of the grounds. Now, what they try to do here is to agree with Joseph Boakai that, yes, it was a bunch of hooligans led by Fonati Kofa, Speaker Kofa, that went and did XYZ to the Capitol. But in order to commit arson, you have to be present. Okay? You have to be present. You can't be somewhere else. No, you can't. No. Here is one of the alleged suspects who was brought into the country and kept in a hotel for over 10 days. He was kept in a hotel for over 10 days when he could not submit to whatever they were saying, Deputy Forever Young Bully, welcome to you. Christopher Bernard, welcome from Doazon. Luo Magibi, welcome to you. When he could not submit, then that when they announced that they arrested him and he's being interrogated, then they moved him to the prison, to Central Prison. Take a look, take a listen here.
Another year I see there today. We can engage you. Back Amla, 106, 103, 1 ambassador, I just for that one you need. Yeah, but almost 10 different government officials every day coming to my hotel. Last time, also hotel, go for receiving. What they allowed last time now. So my receiving there, and me on it. And since when you been in the country, the sex? From the family. I should not call nobody out. No, you are not. Because they said they have investigation. We need accusing people they won't happen to escape. It's a blatant lie. It's a lie coming from the belly of the devil. You get evidence, you don't get in 200,000 now. Another year I see there today. We can engage you. Back Amla, 106, 103. 1 ambassador, I just for that one you need. Yeah, but almost 10 different government officials every day coming to my hotel. Last time, also hotel, go for receiving. What they allowed last time now. So my receiving there, and me on it. And 10,000 now. Another year I see there today. We can engage you. Back Amla, 106, 103. 1 ambassador, I just for that one you need. Yeah, but almost 10 different government officials every day coming to my hotel. Last time, also hotel, go for receiving. What they allowed last time now. So my receiving there.
What are we doing? Give me the 200,000.
I want you to take a look at this picture. This is a man arrested. See the amount of armed or riot police that have surrounded him, and he's able to maintain that the government tried to bribe him in order to lie. Okay? That's the picture I want you to take a look at. You cannot be in such a situation and still speak your mind and do not budge to the whims and caprices of the government to falsely incriminate or accuse people, implicate them falsely. He maintained that the government tried to bribe him with $250,000. Okay? In police custody, handcuffed, taken to the court, he's able to say his truth.
What are we doing? Give me the 200,000. The what's the income of that money? Oh, who? 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 Okay.
What's the intent of that money? To lie. To lie on who? To lie on Funati Kofa. To lie on Funati Kofa. That was the intent. of the money, $200,000. Okay. Where are we headed as a country? Do we have to do this? Do we? Let's step for a minute here. The wave of corruption in our country. This buffoon, this buffoon of a professor. Somebody say he did not even get a BSc, but he got PhD. Lester Tenney. And I believe that's how he built his mansion. Stealing from the University of Liberia. The audio you're about to listen to, Lester Tenney, the guy is confronting him head on. That he put people on scholarship, on the religious scholarship, who were not supposed to be there. Okay? But every day he's out on social media, putting his mouth on President George Weah, the man that gave him the platform to be where he's at today. Ingrid. Take a look, take a listen here.
Stephen, this is Dr. Tenney.
Dr. Lester Tenney?
Yes.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm not fine with you and Peter's attitude. Everybody is bringing your complaints. Everybody.
Who did everybody bring our complaint? The University of Liberia.
Everybody in the math department.
The University of Liberia, are they concerned about investigating matters of corruption? So if everybody bring our complaint from the math department, what the next thing? You set up investigation, investigate the corrupt practices.
First of all, Stephen, first of all, you are just a TA.
Don't tell me wait, when you say I'm just a TA, don't use those words on me, that in Lester Tenney. You interfere with the latest scholarship. You went and made Mr. Richard Gaffan to put George Gala on the latest scholarship with education.
Oh, so you won't argue with me when I call you to talk to you?
Are you an authoritarian? You tell me I'm just a TA. What power you have to take me to interfere with my employment?
I will tell you which power I have.
Use the power.
Baba.
Yeah, Baba for you.
If you pay next year, next month, then you know me.
If you are on record, let me just let you know.
You heard what he said? If you take pay next month, you must let me know. Lester Tenney is telling, he called a guy TA, teacher assistant at LU. The guy is telling him how he's stealing and putting people on a scholarship who were not supposed to be there. And he's threatening the guy. If you take pay next month, you should let me know. That's the level of corruption in the Boakai government. Let's roll the tape one more time. If you miss it, let's roll it one more time.
Steven?
Yeah, this is Steven.
Steven, this is Dr. Tenney.
Dr. Lester Tenney?
And you know what? Lester Tenney placed the call. He placed the call to the guy named Steven. You know, like I placed a call to Dennis Salif. And I say, Dennis or Salif, this is Wild Michael Gilman. Right? Rebecca David. Gabriel West. Christopher Bernard, right? So Lester Tenney placed the call. And Stephen went into, he activated his recorder. Apparently, he knew Lester was going to call him or say something to him about something. So he activated his recorder and recorded the conversation. Stephen, this is Lester. Dr. Lester Tenney? Yes. Stephen, I'm surprised at you. All of you. There's a whole lot of complaint coming from the math department about you guys. What's the complaint? What's the complaint? Take a look, take a listen.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm not fine with you and Peter's attitude. Everybody is bringing your complaints. Everybody.
Who did everybody bring our complaint? The University of
Everybody
Liberia.
in the math department.
The University of Liberia, are they concerned about investigating matters of corruption? So if everybody bring our complaint from the math department, what the next thing? You set up investigation, investigate the corrupt practices.
First of all, Stephen, first of all, you are just a TA.
Don't tell me where you say I'm just a TA. Don't use those words on me that in Lester Tenney. You interfere with the latest scholarship. You went and made Mr. Richard Gaffan to put George Gala on the latest scholarship with education.
Also, you won't argue with me when I call you to talk to you.
Are you an authoritarian? You tell me I'm just a TA. What power you have to take me to interfere with my employment?
I will tell you which power I have.
Use the power.
Baba.
Yeah, Baba for you.
If you pay next year, next month, then you know me.
If you are on record, let me just let you know.
I will tell you which power or what kind of power I have. If you take pay next month, then you must tell me. Lester Tenney. That's our country, folks. Chris Level, Ambrose Sa, Rebecca David, Amy Black. That's our country for you. All right? That's our country for you right there. But our main story on here tonight, even there's the same corruption all over the place, our main story on here tonight is the one involving this George Roosevelt Willie of Criminal Code A. Roosevelt Willie is the same George that presided over the Shalom Musu murder trial involving the former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott and her family, 3-4 other women. And you will recall the Concerned Liberian Network rallied money and protested against the Justice Minister at the time, Frank Musadin, during a CDC-led government. You will recall June 5th of that year, Concerned Liberian Network, Pale Orito Reto, she's the OIC. Yeah. We led a protest and we called a sit-in. That protest in Monrovia was led by Teacher Light, that's A.B. William, Abraham Gosson William, and Linda Morris, Favor Morris from the Netherlands. She was in Liberia at the time, and other folks that joined in. We went to the Justice Ministry on 14th Street, and Musa Dean was afraid to come out. He sent his Solicitor General. We said, no, we now want to speak with him. We want to speak with Musa Dean. And Roosevelt Willie saw what we were talking about. We even got his history, that he suffers epilepsy, that he falls down in his office at times. And when we began to narrate his story, his life story, he began to question the staff in his office. Who is telling one Michael Gilman everything about me? The man is on the radio, and every day, every night, he's talking about me. This is the same George Roosevelt Willie that is denying every motion by the defense, even to say, let's be transparent. Let the world watch what we say or do in these courtrooms. Let's invite the camera so that the public sees, so that the public knows in record time. What did Roosevelt Willie say? No. Motion denied. Even to say, okay, the police brought in a suspect from Ghana, kept him in a hotel for over 10 days, feeding him, coercing him with money, with whiskey and soda, with caviar, with cigars. Maybe they carry some 10 to him too, to entice him. He maintained his position. He will not lie on Funati Kofa and others because like him, they know nothing about the fire at the Capitol. The defense have asked George Willie not to admit into evidence these the reports of what was submitted under the cover of darkness when the order of business for the day was over with. When the defense motioned for weeks, gave us what you have against us, what's so incriminating, give it to us so that we know and prepare for the case. For weeks, the defense, the prosecutor, the government will not submit those evidence to the defense. Around 8 p.m. or day before the trial, the government took the evidence to former Justice Wilkins Wright law firm. When everybody was gone home and it was just the security guard on duty, they left the findings, the evidence, with a security guard. When the defense is supposed to show up in court the next day to defend themselves, and we know in this country where we are, in the great United States and in the Western world, I believe in other parts of Africa, evidence not submitted to the defense during trial can cause acquittal, Correct? People who were convicted of murder, of rape, of heinous crimes, crimes that they did not commit, but because of DNA and evidence not submitted to them during the trial, and they were convicted, when they found out to be credible, that does not incriminate them, after 30 years, after 32 years, after 27 years, after 21 years, they are released. And when they are released, they are paid millions. Judge Willie denied the defense when they argue not to admit those evidence that were gathered under duress, under intimidation, under torture, sodomization, and what have you. He allowed those to be admitted into evidence. Every motion by the defense to throw out the case or stop wasting people's time, Judge Willie went against it. Okay? Judge Willie went against it. The government went to work. Later, Doma, welcome to you. The government went to work and brought in a country the Minnesota former fire chiefs. Former fire chiefs from Minnesota. Were taken to Liberia to conduct investigation into the fire. Okay? They were taken to Liberia to conduct investigation into the fire. And this report by the Minnesota Fire Department or former chiefs, 3 of them that went to Liberia, accompanied by Winfred Russell. Accompanied by Winfred Russell. Natana Kete, welcome to you. They went to Liberia and prepared this report. This report, prepared by, you will say, Independent Fire Investigation Report, and that's why they got there, right? Yeah. This report, submitted to Joseph Boakai, was never made public. This report was never made public in its entirety. And people wonder, how did Jida Hartog get a copy of this report? But anyway, we are the original Digging Deeper people, right? Cecilia Freeman, welcome. And she said, hey, family, please make your donation or contribution. Thank you. Don't forget to like the show and comment. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Sam Ricks. I just called his name. He said, Mr. Gimmer, that fire chief trip to Liberia was the work of that Russell guy. Yeah, Winfred Russell. Okay? But Winfred did not even publish this report. That's what we are saying here. Absolutely. Later, Dumba. The Digging Deeper Department went all out to find this report, to get a copy of this report, because the nature of the case. So tonight we dig deeper into this report. We're going to bring it in its entirety. We're going to read the whole report to you here tonight. And where necessary, we'll make some explanation. But here's the report, Independent Fire Investigation Report concerning the fire on December 18, 2024 in the Liberia Capitol building, presented by Fire Rescue Alliance. Fire Rescue Alliance. Liberia Capitol building fire December 18, 2024. Fire Rescue Alliance Fire Investigation Team members. Fire Chief, retired, Ken Perliman. Ken Perliman began his fire career in 1978. Okay. Chief Fire Emergency Manager, retired Jerry Strach. After serving the U.S. Army, Strach began his fire service career in 1989. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Fire Chief, retired Mark Lind. Mark Lind began his fire service career in 1984 in the town of Hanover, Minnesota. All of them, great information. Thanks for their service. Okay, Fire Rescue Alliance Fire Investigation. They got case number, investigator Ken Perliman, Jerry Strach, Mike Lane, Fire Chief, retired, all of them, retired Fire Chief. Property, address, Camp Johnson Road, City, Monrovia, County, Montserrat. Dwelling type, assembly, Liberia Capitol building. Protection, no sprinklers, no smoke detectors, no central alarm monitoring. Incident, date, December 18, 2024. Time, approximately 6:20 to 6:32 a.m. Incident type, structure fire. Structure fire. Cause, incendiary. Injuries, not recorded. No injuries. Deaths, none. Fire Department, Liberia National Fire Service. Fire Department ID, not applicable. Investigation status. Investigation status. Date, December 18. Investigation handled exclusively by Liberia National Police and Liberia National Fire Service. February 28. FRA investigators arrive in Liberia. March 1. Briefing with law enforcement. FRA investigators began site evaluation. March 2. FRA continues site evaluation. FRA completes site evaluation. FRA package physical evidence. FRA transfers evidence to LMP 12:48 p.m. FRA turns building over to jurisdiction. March 4th, closed. Synopsis. Synopsis. On the morning of Wednesday, December 18, the Liberian Capitol building was reported to be on fire. Social media surfaced almost immediately with light gray smoke pushing out of the eaves surrounding the entire circumference of the Capitol dome. Within minutes, the smoke turned black, windows broke, and flames began highly turbulent within the fourth floor and dome of the Capitol building. Based on various recorded videos, firefighting was delayed because upon extended notification, delayed response times, the apparent lack of available Liberia National Fire Service fire equipment, personnel, and water. Additionally, once firefighters arrived on the scene, they were hampered by having to extend long hose lines into the first floor of the rotunda and up 3 flights of stairs, as the building had no standpipes. Further, water supply was hampered in part by a damaged hose that was leaking water throughout the building. Folks, you saw the report, the live coverage by Spoon TV, right? When the water hose, the lines were busted and the water leaking, is what the judge wrote about here. Let's go back to the readings. The Capitol building in Monrovia, Liberia, serves as the seat of the nation's legislature, comprising the Senate and the House of Representatives. The center of the complex consists of the 5-story rotunda with 3 levels open in the center and a legislative meeting area on the 4th floor, accessed by either stairs or an elevator, plus a viewing balcony. In 2018, 2 annexes were added to the Capitol building to address space needs for lawmakers. The expansion included 48 offices for the House of Representatives, 20 offices for the Senate, and additional chambers for both legislative bodies. The building is constructed of concrete block and mortar with metal, lath, and plaster as a main wall components. The roof over the rotunda is constructed of steel, I-beam, framing, and concrete panels. The interior finishes are both wood sheet panels and decorative wood planking around columns and walls. The wood is finished with stain and varnish. Railings were of steel, and flooring consisted of both tile, carpet, with padding between the concrete floor and the bottom of the carpet. Background. Again, if you just joined us here, welcome to you. This is a special edition as we dig deeper into the fire incident at the Liberia Capitol building in Monrovia, Liberia. And what we are reading is a report by the former Minnesota fire chiefs, 3 of them that went to Liberia to conduct this investigation. Meanwhile, this report, this investigation was not admitted into evidence by the government. Despite taxpayers' dollars were spent for this report, why didn't the government admit this report into evidence? We will find out as we read on, okay? It will interest you to know why the government did not submit this report. But will the defense ask for this report or put it in and say, why you didn't allow this to be part of the evidence? Because it's very damaging. But wait on, we're going to get there. Background. As stated above, on the morning of December 18, 2024, the Joint Chamber of Congress in the Liberia Capitol building was reported to be on fire. Due to the firefighting challenges, equipment, personnel, water supply, notification, the fire caused extensive damage, reportedly exceeding $1.8 million. Who did a calculation that the $1.8 million that was announced right on the next day of the fire? During the firefighting effort, law enforcement received credible information suggesting that the fire may have been intentionally set. Given the potential national implications, the national police moved quickly to investigate that possibility. As a result, 2 independent but related investigations began. The Liberia National Fire Service began to access the scene for cause and origin. The Liberia National Police began to assess motive and follow leads on potential suspects. Shortly after the fire, the Liberia National Fire Service declared it an arson. However, this conclusion was based on outdated methods, such as assessing smoke color rather than current forensic standards or best practices. Unaware of the weak foundation of this determination, both the Inspector General, who was present at the scene, and the President of Liberia repeated the arson determination publicly, which was then broadcast across all media. Are you guys following? Sam Riggs, Gabriel West, Be Thankful Addison. Are you guys following the reading? Lawson Seeley, Barbara D. Wilson, Harriet Wise, Pale Orita Reto, Benetta Ya. Are you guys following? Wow. Let's read on. Given the pressure of the situation and the complexity of the scene, national authorities committed to seeking international assistance to properly determine the fire's cause and origin. The crime scene, which was covered in building debris, has been secured day and night with armed and unarmed guards at access points beginning December 19, 2024. You see? According to the Frederick, Tennessee, welcome. James John Kekula Sumo, welcome. Dexter Tue, welcome. Dexter, sorry I missed your call, but we'll talk. All right, brother? You see what it said here? That after the burning, armed police were there to safeguard the crime scene, allegedly the crime scene. But we saw, I play you a video of armed police officers on December 17 at every entrances of the Capitol. Chris Level said, drink some water. Yeah. At every entrance of the Capitol, right? Yeah. Crime police or police officers were at every entrance of the Capitol the morning before the 18th or throughout the time since November. Yeah. Let's go back to the reading. Given the pressure of the situation and the complexity of the scene, national authorities committed to seeking international assistance to properly determine the fire's cause and origin. The crime scene, which was covered in building debris, has been secured day and night with armed and unarmed guards at access points beginning December 19, 2024. In the weeks following the fire, the Liberia National Police, with support from the U.S. Embassy, submitted a request to the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, but was unsuccessful. After multiple attempts, the LNP turned to Fire Rescue Alliance, an organization with a trusted history in Liberia. And this is the part I don't want to believe, that the Liberia National Police sought support from the U.S. Embassy to investigate this fire, and the embassy denied them. Wilton Ketter, I don't want to believe this. Jerry Akwe, I don't want to believe this part. Otis Seaton, right? There's a reason why Ali Bagayogo, statistician, Jen McBorough, Alf Ross, Gonley said, Nyan Roberts, there's a reason I don't want to believe it. Okay? Because the United States government, spent over $500,000 to do this report. This Crow report, the $16 billion lies. When President Weah called on the international community to get involved in the investigation, this is it. Okay? Speaker Kofa and others have always called for international partners to come in. So for them to tell us in that report that they asked the U.S. embassy and the embassy denied, I don't want to believe it. Okay? I don't want to believe it. The team was tasked with a very narrow scope of work, evaluating the fire scene for the purpose of determining the cause and origin. To the extent possible, their investigation included working within the room of origin, shifting through debris, evaluating potential causes, and concluding an opinion as to where the fire began, how the fire began, and what led to the rapid fire growth. The final opinion is based on training, experience, statements, scene evaluation, and evidence located at the scene. Important notices. Given the amount of time that has elapsed since the fire occurred, certain forms of evidence may have deteriorated at such a level they are lost or may not be collected. 2, Fire Rescue Alliance has not been engaged for the purpose of assessing the Liberia National Fire Service, although it has done so in the past. Further, Fire Rescue Alliance has also not been engaged, nor does it have the expertise to evaluate the law enforcement component of the investigation and all the prosecutorial aspects related to the fire. Let's move on. 3, after spending considerable time inside the chamber, it is our professional opinion that the site remain closed as the scene presents serious safety issues in the form of falling debris, trip hazards, ongoing inhalation issues related to the stirring of debris, and potentially the risks of collapse. Approach. This investigation was conducted pursuant to industry best practices where possible. The team was hampered in the collection and evaluation of physical evidence due to the following reasons. Time. Our involvement to initiate a quick origin and cause investigation was delayed. The Republic has no access to a forensic laboratory or team trained in forensic fire analysis. There is no best practice or standard adopted in the country related to fire investigation or examinations. The Liberia National Fire Service lacks the training, experience, or equipment to properly collect and store evidence. Initial reports from local agencies were not prepared for us upon arrival. A criminal investigation was well established at the time of our arrival. However, the fire scene had not been examined. Wow. Wow. The fire itself was not, no record, nothing done with the investigation. But the criminal investigation was well established. You already got the suspect before even stating there was fire. You heard that? You heard that? That the fire was not investigated before they arrived, but the criminal investigation was done, concluded before they arrived. Are you shooting me? Our engagement was predicated on the belief that our training and experience in fire investigations will allow us to confirm the conclusions drawn by the Liberia authorities to specifically process and evaluate the fire scene to see if evidence could be recovered to assist with their investigation. Consistent with best practices, we began our investigation with the goal of a holistic approach to the fire scene. In the sections that follow, we will provide our professional opinion on the following: analysis of all written reports completed by Liberian authorities, including the Liberia National Police, Liberia National Fire Service, Liberia Environmental Protection Agency, the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC, and others, to the extent that the report addresses cause and or origin references. Evaluation on a rapid fire spread, process through which other potential causes were ruled out. Potential causes were ruled out. Wow. Interview of building maintenance personnel. Evaluation of the photographic and video evidence captured by persons or organizations throughout the fire and comparing that evidence to the physical evidence inside the Capitol. Our own physical evaluation of the scene, including debris and fire patterns. Conducting our own evaluation of other potential causes. Evaluating the physical evidence within the fire scene to determine if they match statements made by witnesses, suspects, and or photographic video evidence. Initial incident briefing. On Saturday morning, March 1st, 2025, members of the Fire Rescue Alliance team met with the investigators of the LMP, the director of the Liberia National Fire Service, along with others representing the interests of the Liberian government. The director of the Liberia National Fire Service presented us with his written fire report of incident, and investigators from the LMP provided a briefing, which included a synopsis of their investigation. Despite credible evidence, and to their credit, the Liberia National Fire Service, Liberia National Police desire an outside opinion regarding the fire to further support their charges, or to prevent the Republic from moving forward with prosecution without the benefit of a fire investigation expert opinion. Okay? You heard that part? Here is the government. Here is the government talking about they got all the evidence, but they wanted an expert opinion. They wanted an expert opinion to buttress what they have. But here is the expert opinion that they pay taxpayers dollars for, that was not submitted, that is not admitted into evidence. Okay? Rufus Tati, welcome, bro. How are you? Great to see you. Wally Kende, Joseph and Edith Wally Kende. Wally Kende says, I see why the government kept this report from the public. Absolutely. And Rufus Tati, good evening, bro. Good show, no doubt. Dexter 12, Mr. Gilman, you will kill me with laughter. Are you shooting me? No, I'm killing you. And Amadou Kamara, the biggest platform, GHG. Some people in deep worry about this report. I hope JFK is open to it. Absolutely. James Don Kekula Sumo, that man turned the table upside down for the government. Oh, absolutely. Yep. Okay. The government, the police, the fire service, you heard the RG. The evidence we have is so ironclad. You've never seen it before. I have that video. I will play it someday. And so the Minnesota fire chiefs said the government got all the evidence, but they wanted it to be substantiated by a professional investigator. And the professional investigators came and did their findings, submitted this report to Joseph Boakai and the government refused to admit this into evidence. Despite credible evidence, and to their credit, the Liberia National Police and Liberia National Fire Service desired an outside opinion regarding the fire to further support their charges, or to prevent the Republic from moving forward with prosecution without the benefit of a fire investigation expert opinion. Wow. Analysis of Liberia National Fire Service investigation report. Listen to this. This is where it's coming to get way better for you. Mabu Fambula Jr. from Bomi, welcome to you. Omigo J. Doe, Rebecca Sayer. Listen to this. Analysis of Liberia National Fire Service investigation report. Liberia National Fire Service, as the country's fire agency, we would have expected that the Liberia National Fire Service report to be the most comprehensive relative to a fire of this size. Unfortunately, this is not the case. That the first abuse right there. John Bell will say, who abused that by abuse? The Liberia National Fire Service report contains no specifics regarding responding personnel, nor any description of specific actions conducted on the fire scene by the Liberia National Fire Service and other fire agencies, including fire suppression, operational support, or investigation activity. The Liberia National Fire Service report contains several misstatements, inaccuracies, and draw several conclusions that are neither supported by best practice, on-scene investigative tactics, nor modern fire scene. Wow. You hear that? Tana Yinka, Mohammed S. Kamara, Answer Zeke Morris Dukley. Barbara Wilson said, wow. You heard that? That first paragraph on top. You guys need to go and get that report. It's right on our page. Print it out and keep it for your children's children. Property description. The building serves as the seat of the legislative branch of the Liberian government. The building houses offices and chambers of the Liberia Senate and House of Representative members. The building sits along Camp Johnson Road, directly across the street from the executive mansion. The property is secured with a perimeter fence and maintains a separate law enforcement agency that is focused on campus security. Somebody somebody, I think it was, what his name? My good friend, Wright, Simeon Wright. I think it was Simeon Wright or Eric passed away. One of them said the Capitol building get Capitol Police now. Yeah, in the report. Edwin, Goya, Roosevelt. Yeah, in the report. Yeah, in the report. The Capitol building has security of our own. Okay? The property is secured with a perimeter fence and maintains a separate law enforcement agency that is focused on campus security. The main driveway from Camp Johnson Road is equivalent to 4 lanes and leads to the front door of the building. The front door faces west. As you approach the building, visitors see a 4-story building with a round rotunda in the middle. See photo number 001. To the left and connected to the rotunda is an L-shaped wing that supports the Senate with all offices of senators and vice president. To the right of the rotunda is a matching yet inverted L-shaped wing that supports the House of Representatives, including the Speaker of the House. The portion of the building that was involved was the joint chambers, where both houses come together in session. This chamber sits in the rotunda, with the floor of the chamber being on the 3rd floor, and a balcony that completely surrounds the joint chamber, making up the 4th floor. Okay, folks, if you just joined us here, we are reading the Minnesota former fire chief's report on the Capitol building fire incident. At the same time, we are collecting donations for CLN for presentation to CDC for headquarters. Thanks to our lone donor tonight so far, Gabriel West. Please, somebody, if you're enjoying the show, send your donations as well. Okay? Let's continue. Orientation. Although the Capitol building faces slightly southeast, for the purpose of this report, we have identified the wall directly behind the Speaker of the House as the west wall and all front of room. Therefore, the back of the room, for the sake of this report, is the east wall. All references to findings throughout this report will use these reference points. Exterior examination. The Capitol building is a 4-story structure shaped like a squared off letter U, with the interior of its shape positioned on the west side. The building has a center rotunda. The top of the rotunda is a large dome, and below the dome is a row of windows, which include 5 double wide windows and 2 single wide windows arranged as follows: S, D, 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 S. For use throughout this report, we have numbered the windows from 1 to 7, beginning on the left or farthest north window. Our fire investigation team began with exterior examination that included a review of the layout of exterior windows, exterior doors, viewing the rotunda from all sides of the building, and attempting to identify where the power that serves the building enters the property. Among our findings, all doors on the ground floor were secured by lock and key, and building had maintained a 24/7 security detail since the day following the fire. The building have maintained a 24/7 security detail since the day following the fire. So are they saying the building never had security before the fire? They got to answer that one. The building rim facade identified for this report as the portion of the building that is between the upper windows and the lower rim of the dome showed significantly more soot deposits above window 1, 2, and 3 than above windows 4 through 7. All windows facing east and west had lost all glasses. Interior examination. Our first sets of observation included the following. We confirmed that all entrances to the rotunda space from both the Senate wing and the House wing were either locked or nailed shut following the fire, securing the space for entry. Virtually every square inch of the room, the balcony, and the ceiling have been completely destroyed by fire, shown in photos 12 to 18, which are presented clockwise, beginning at the entry of the chamber from the south stairway. Consistent with information and photographs shared during the initial briefing, we saw the remaining steel structures of the member chairs shown in photo 19. We identified several areas throughout the chamber and balcony that may indicate that the fire was started outside of the identified area of origin, indicated by multiple V patterns shown in photos 20, 21, and 22. We recognize a burn pattern across both side walls at the back of the room that indicated fire in the area started at approximately 4 feet from the ground, as shown in photo 23. We observed that 4 vertical steel I-beam columns that supported the roof and balcony were intact, yet 2 of the 4 showed visible signs of discoloration, softening, and bending, shown in photos 24, 25, 26, and 27. We identified remains of the chandelier, which appears to have dropped directly below the point at which it had previously been attached to the ceiling, which also showed significant signs of failing steel and metal of the crystal balls on the side of the chandelier close to the west wall or speaker's platform, shown in photos 28 and 29. We observe that the facade along the edge of the balcony contained significant fire damage in the west of the room and in 3 specific sections of the room where the facade was either directly above or facing the speaker's platform, shown in photos 12, 16, and 18. We observe 4 steel structural components directly above the speaker's platform that show signs of weakening and bending, twisting, shown in photo 30. We identify an irregular burn pattern on the landing in the south stairway, as shown in photos 31. We identified 2 stairways that led from the 4th floor chamber to the balcony, one on each side of the room. We deemed the stairway of the south wall was unusable due to the volume of ceiling mass that had collapsed onto the stairs. We may enter to the balcony using the north stairway despite the rubble, and for safety purposes had this stairway partially cleared in order to have a safe ingress and egress from the balcony as needed. All the walls within the rotunda have signs of severe calcination, spalling, and scut debris. The most severe spalling was along the west wall near the speaker's podium. In this area, all the lath and plaster were destroyed, exposing the concrete masonry block. Based on the known construction, the intense heat consumed the wall coverings, wood paneling, lath, and plaster wiring and plumbing within the area. Along the other perimeter of the room of origin, the overhang of the balcony acts as a partial ceiling, which extends approximately 10 feet toward the rotunda. In several areas, the entire lath and plaster is destroyed and half falling to the ground, leaving exposed steel framing to be subjected to the heat and flames. In areas closest to the speaker's podium, the metal is either twisted, sinking, or bowed. Following the gathering of the above initial observation, the team began to analyze the fire in details. Methodology. A systematic approach to fire investigation. A systematic approach to fire investigation is essential to accurately determine the origin and cause of a fire. This structured methodology ensures that no critical evidence is overlooked and that the investigative process remains unbiased and scientifically sound. The investigation begins with an exterior assessment, moving inward in a logical and controlled manner to reconstruct the fire's progression and identify key factors contributing to its ignition and spread. With windows on the west and east of the dome, along with a prevailing wind from the ocean, we discussed the effects it could have on the fire scene. In our scenario, we started with a comprehensive examination of the exterior of the structure. This initial assessment provided critical information about fire behavior, ventilation paths, and any potential external ignition sources. Observing burn patterns, charring, and structural damage help us understand how the fire entered or exited the building and how it may have been influenced by environmental factors such as wind or nearby fuel sources. Once inside, we systematically work our way toward the room of origin. Within this space, we analyze fire effects on walls, ceilings, floors, and contents to determine the most possible area of origin. Fire damage indicators such as depth of shear, heat patterns, and smoke deposits provided crucial evidence to establish the fire's movement and heat intensity. After identifying the area of origin, we conducted a thorough debris analysis. Sifting through the remains, we examined artifacts such as electrical wiring, conduit, appliances, wood, glass, and various metals to assess their role in a fire. Each item was scrutinized for evidence of electrical arcing, melting, or other fire-related effects that could suggest an ignition source or fire acceleration. When evidence was identified, it was meticulously documented, photographed, and marked before collection. Local chain of custody procedures were followed to preserve the integrity of all recovered materials. Items were placed in appropriate evidence containers and transferred to the LPN forensic team to preserve the chain of custody. This systematic and methodical approach ensured that all investigative steps were conducted with precision, untimely, leading to a well-supported determination of the fire's origin and cause. We move through the scene from the exterior to the interior using a systematic approach. Interviews and investigation activity. Now, you want to listen to this part. Henry Dubois Hill, after door. Jackson Moore, Ruben Connor, Amos J. Vincent, Dexter Tuet. This is the part you want to listen to. The interviews and investigation activity. Listen to this part. We are doing welcome to you, my man. How are you? Fire rescue personnel focused our interviewing on individuals whose testimony had not been taken or fully documented. We conducted no interviews with persons of interest who may have been involved with the act. They stopped them. They will not allow them to speak to Funati Kofa or the people they had in the jail or the other lawmakers. No, they did not. Emmanuel Ezike, firefighter with Liberia National Fire Service, lives just east of the Capitol building. Neighbor knocked on his door at 6:44 a.m. Emmanuel has a very specific routine in the morning, including a schedule that gets his kids off to school at the same time each day, which allow him to identify the specific time his neighbor knocked on the door. The neighbor told him that the Capitol building was on fire. Emmanuel ran to the scene. Listen to this. Sophie Blamo, Beatrice Spear, December 17. Was there school? Were the children in school in Liberia on December 17, 2024? Were the children in school? For Emmanuel to set his alarm to wake up that time to go get his children ready for school. That's what the report just said here. And that his neighbor woke him up. His neighbor woke him up and said, "Oh, you sleeping? The Capitol on fire, you sleeping?" But this time that the neighbor woke him up, it was 6:44 a.m. But it said the fire started when? Around what? 6:30? 6:20 to 6:30 in the beginning of the reading. Wow. Ali Bagayogo. Let's read on. Emmanuel entered the rotunda on the first floor, on the Senate side, under the breezeway, initially believing that he might find a fire extinguisher and attempt to put the fire out. He decided that was not possible and backed out. The neighbor saw the fire. The neighbor woke up Emmanuel Ezike. Ezike didn't do anything. He didn't call his boss. He didn't call nobody. He ran there to go look for fire extinguisher. He ran there to go look for fire extinguisher. He didn't call anybody. He ran to the front of the rotunda and immediately witnessed windows 1 and 2 falling, with glass falling to the ground. An engine from LPRC had entered the grounds, and Emmanuel assisted them with pulling hose lines to the floor. He reports that the entry door on the 4th floor to the chamber was closed, and that they forced entry into the chamber. Immediately, the heat was unbearable and forced him and others to back away from the door for a time. When they made entry into the chamber, he said that the entire room was on fire. Robert Holder, Chief Fire Investigator, Liberia National Fire Service, stated that he became aware of the fire while en route to his office. He arrived at the Capitol site at 7:30 a.m. and made entry into the chamber between 8 a.m. and 8:15 a.m. Upon his arrival, he described several areas with coals, a term referencing hot red embers still glowing with small amounts of fire. He examined the electrical panels, giving a history of the November 10th fire in one of the electrical panels. He indicates that they looked for fire patterns. Shortly after their arrival, the LEPS arrived and took some environmental readings. That's the Liberia Environmental Protection Service. Readings, and declared the space unsafe. At that time, they discontinued their work and returned the next day. In my time with the chief, it became clear that he too was the victim of having too little training over the course of his career. He was unable to make the same observations as outlined above. Wow. Yeah, what the report said? Lotte Tobasi. You heard what the report said? That the fire chief, the guy who came hold up, had little or no experience. Square peg in round hole, no experience. James Mulber, House Representatives Maintenance Key Holder. The room of origin, this is James Mulber, the maintenance guy. That's the guy that died, right? Sam Riggs. Was it James Mulber that died mysteriously? Edwin Simogoya, 3 Wiles. Eh? Was it James Mulber that died? Kroman, Salehu. Ali Bagayoko, find that out for me quick. I think that was James Mulber that died. Yeah, Jen, my borough, whole fire chief. James Mulber, House of Representative Maintenance Key Holder. The room of origin is within the Capitol chamber on the 4th floor of the building. When we arrived at the Capitol building around 1 p.m. on Friday, February 28th, we met with local security and had the building maintenance custodian. James Mulber opened the main door for us to examine the facility. While making our way into the facility, James stated that he is the key holder for the facility, and each morning he opens the doors for workers to enter the facility. He stated on the day of the fire, he arrived around 6:15 to 6:30. He stated he always opens the main door first and then heads to the side doors. Once the main door was open, he walked into the rotunda and to the 2nd floor. He stated he did not smell smoke or hear any noises that were unusual. He stated he was notified of the fire as he was walking around to open the side doors. At that time, he witnessed gray and black smoke coming from the roof of the Capitol building. That man is in a building. He didn't smell smoke. He didn't see fire until he got outside. During our discussion, James was asked if he watched the news about the fire. He stated yes. He was asked if he has seen pictures of the people who were in custody related to the fire, and he stated yes. James was asked if he saw any of those people on the Capitol grounds during the time he witnessed the fire, and he said yes. He stated they were in the lobby of the Capitol building near the statue of President William Tubman. James also stated they work on the Capitol grounds. Through other investigation, we spoke with James and building maintenance personnel who stated there was a meeting of the legislative body the day before the fire. He stated there was no work being done within the room or origin, and the AC units would not be working as the power was cut during a previous vandalism incident. He was asked specifically about the possibility of anyone working within the chambers prior to the fire and using tools such as buckets and cans. Again, James stated no one would have been in there working. Wow. Redaction Africa News posted a video that was taken early in the fire that focused on the windows of the rotunda. At 28 seconds into the posted video, you can see the flames for the first time inside window number 3. And a second later, you can see flames inside window number 5. At this point in the video, and from this angle, you cannot see flames in window number 4. We reviewed most, if not all, videos posted online to gain an understanding of the development of the fire from start to finish, and to look for components or attributes that assist in our investigation, cause and origin evidence. This session will outline and discuss evidence related specifically to determine cause of the fire and origin or place that the fire started. In the section that follows, we will access our review of evidence collected with regard to the prosecution of individuals responsible for igniting the fire. There were 2 items collected and recorded into evidence related to determining the cause and origin prior to our arrival. 1 quart-size Clorox bleach container found in the west yard of the complex, approximately 40 to 50 feet yards from the front door. The container is reported to have been collected by the APRC and taken to the laboratory for confirmation that the residue in the container was gasoline. The laboratory confirmed the presence of gasoline. 1 cardboard box of matches located on the second floor of the building on the House of Representatives side near an office door. The above items were taken into evidence by the LMP. Upon our examination of the joint chambers, fire rescue personnel collected additional physical and digital evidence as we evaluated all potential causes and all potential areas of origin. Notwithstanding the note above regarding the limitations associated with the collection and the processing of physical evidence, the following evidence was collected, packaged as best possible, cataloged, and turned over to the LMP. Those items include 1 single-gallon pint found approximately 20 feet 11 inches from the northwest corner of the chamber. and 18 feet 10 inches from the west corner, west wall, placing on what was originally the carpet walkway that separates the speaker's platform from the members' seating area. This item is logged with evidence tag number 14, photos 40, 41, 42. And the location where the item was found is highlighted in the photo log on photo number 3. Okay, so Elizabeth Walker, Amadou Bland, Bill Willie, Christopher Walter Togbasi. The government refused to make this report, to admit this report into evidence. But these things are part of the evidence that the government is using. The gallons, the containers, the this, the that, the matches. But then the report, you know, you can't you can't say you can't eat honey, but you want to divide the honey in your mouth. 1 single gallon paint can found approximately 1 foot 11 inches from the west wall of the chamber and 11 feet north from the center of the west wall. This item was logged with evidence tag 13, photo number 44. One single gallon paint can from approximately 1 feet 7 inches from the north wall and 6 feet 4 inches from the east wall, placing it on what was originally the elevated seating platform at the rear of the room. This item is logged with evidence tag number 15, photo 45. 5 additional single gallon paint cans were identified, photographed, and logged in various places on the balcony. They are captured in photos 46, 47, 48, 49. 1 single section of carpet padding measuring approximately 1 foot by 0.5 inches found beneath the single can identified above as evidence number 14. 1 small section of burnt carpet and the underlying foam padding taken from the south stairway, showing an unusual burn pattern. This finding is documented in photo 31. 1 small section of unburned carpet and the underlying foam padding taken from just outside of the south stairway in the vestibule leading to the house side of the building. In total, there were 11 pieces of physical evidence documented, packaged, and turned over to the Mr. Valley M. Sharif, head of the forensic department of the Liberia National Police, on Sunday, March 2nd, 2025 at 12:48 p.m. Liberian time. Photographs. This report contains 50 photographs taken by the Fire Rescue Alliance team and are intended to highlight our investigation. In total, the Fire Rescue Alliance team has turned over 363 photographs taken at the scene of the fire. So, are they going to use all of these things that the Fire Rescue Alliance discover? Are they going to use it in a trial and do not admit this report as evidence? That's the question. That's the question. Favor Morris, Philip Daniels, Ali Bagayogo, Elizabeth Walker, Sam Lynch, Ivan Davis, Lakbai, Jerry Lakbai, how are you? Miracle TV7. Only God knows. Oh, let's read on. Significance of observations and evidence. During the course of any fire investigation, certain observations and pieces of evidence tend to be more valuable in our determination of area of origin, cause, and cause. Among the most significant is this case R. In this case R, the surviving piece of carpet, foam, photo 43, found underneath the paint can identify as evidence tag number 14, photo 41, 40, 41, 42, should not be underestimated in its value. The fact that any amount of carpet or foam padding survived under the protection of the can confirms without any doubt that the can was placed or left on the carpet before the fire started. So who put it there? Based upon the designed and intended use of the room, and based upon the testimony of Mr. Mulber, a single pin can would have been unexplainable, much less the presence of 8 pin cans throughout the chamber and balcony. Wow. Origin. The area of origin of the fire has been identified at around the speaker's podium near the west wall, photo 37. This is where we believe the first items were ignited. Oh my goodness. You remember the video with Mo Ali sitting in his car and is able to pinpoint the fire at the Capitol, that the speaker area, that is right here in the report. Oh my goodness. Mo Ali sitting in his car is able to pinpoint that the fire in the Capitol is at the speaker area. Are you shooting me? Are you kidding me? Eh? Oh my goodness. Mo Ali is able to pinpoint. That's the report right here. That is the report right here. You cannot, oh my goodness. I'm trying to find Mo Ali video sitting in a car and say the Capitol building is on fire and that the Speaker Kofa office, that the Speaker office. I'm trying to find that video. I got a video. I will take this picture from there a little bit. Let me read it, and then we'll play the video for you. Wow. Let's play you Mo Ali video. The Speaker office, the Capitol building is on fire. It's the Speaker office. This is Mo Ali video right here. This is Mo Ali video right here. Let's play it for you.
Capitol building seems to be on fire, a certain portion of it. Speaker, sir, this is the speaker's wing, but I don't know the particular office. It's nothing seems to be on fire, a certain portion of it. Speaker, sir, this is the speaker's wing, but I don't know the particular office. It's not close to the speaker office. The building seems to be on fire, a certain portion of it. Speaker, sir, this is the speaker's wing, but I don't know the particular office. It's not close to the speaker office.
The man is riding in his car and is able to determine the exact location of the fire. Okay? Is able to detect the exact location of the fire. The area of origin of the fire has been identified at or around the speaker's podium near the west wall, photo 37. This is where we believe the first items were ignited. This is evident by the amount of severe damage to the destruction of the lath and plaster, photo 36, deformed steel columns, photos 24, 25, 26, 27, significant and specific damage to the chimber's chandelier, photos 28, 29. The loss of material in exposed facades, photo 12, 16, 18, and the impact to structural steel above the speaker's platform, photo 30. Finally, based upon fire dynamics, as a fire grows, it tends to move upward and outward, can leave an indicator that investigators call a V pattern, where soot deposits inside the V darken the wall to a further extent than the markings outside of the V pattern. When present, the V points to where the fire started. Taken from across the room, photo 38 clearly shows that pattern. Conclusion: based on a systematic fire investigation following best practices, this fire has been classified as incendiary in nature. The determination was reached through a methodical analysis of fire patterns, material damage, witness statements, and physical evidence processed and collected at the scene. The area of origin has been identified at or near the speaker's podium, where the most significant fire damage was identified. This finding is supported by burn pattern analysis and correlates with witness statements regarding the first window breaking on the west side of the building, which introduced additional oxygen and intensified the fire. Our investigation concludes that a fire originating near the speaker's podium would involve a lot of combustibles such as furniture, clothes burning, bunting, foam chairs, carpet, and the like. The rapid spread of the fire suggests an ignitable liquid was used to allow such a fire to spread to the full involvement within minutes. Above the speaker's podium was a vertical wall covered with wood paneling and the Liberian crest on its face. With the fire originating at or near the podium, the fire moved vertically up the wall and across the underneath side of the west wall balcony. It then moved vertically up the front of the wood-covered backdrop with the Liberia crest and to the ceiling. Our investigation ruled out an electrical cause as an examination of electrical conducts in the area of origin found no evidence of acting or short-circuiting. Additionally, prior vandalism has resulted in exterior electrical conductors being cut, further eliminating the possibility of an electrical ignition source. No evidence of energized appliances or active electrical loads was present at the time of the fire. Building maintenance stated the air conditioning units were not working, and if they were, they would not have been in use, as they do not operate them unless the chamber is in use. Within the area of origin and along primary egress routes, we located 8 1-gallon containers, which were not observed in the building less than 24 hours prior during a legislative meeting. The placement of these containers, particularly near exits, suggests intentional effort to construct egress and increase fire spread. May have been the intent, considering the lack of accidental ignition sources, the presence of ignitable materials in key areas, and fire behavior consistent with an incendiary act, rapid fire growth. The cause of the fire has been classified as intentional or incendiary. This conclusion is based on an objective evaluation of all available data, providing an unbiased and systematic approach to the fire investigation. Additional forensic analysis and collaboration with law enforcement may be required to further assess motive, means, and responsible parties. These opinions are held to a reasonable degree of probability and are based upon information available at the time of the investigation. This file will be closed at this time, but we reserve the right to reopen the investigation if additional information becomes available later. Respectfully submitted, Chief Jerry Strach, Chief Ken Parliament, Chief Mark Lane. Submitted to the Inspector General, Liberia National Police, March 4th, 2025 at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. March 4th, 10 a.m. That's your report. We'll open the lines, take few questions or calls, and then we're going to call it. Okay? I've just read the whole report. Wow. 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 All of what we just did here, all of the readings we just did here, the government used taxpayers' dollars to bring in these investigators from Minnesota, put them in a hotel. I don't know whether they rode first class or economy, but they were lodged. Transportation, feeding, and everything, whether they were compensated whatsoever, is Liberian tax dollars. And this is the report they submitted. And you would think that the government let's go to our first caller here, Jared Lekbei. Good. Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. And you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Let me be bold to Liberian police. They are joking.
I'm telling you.
And I think that report cannot be used against anyone to be guilty. And then that is the fight test of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. And that is a test for the justice system.
Right.
To know what the good justice system in this country. Now, what people are going to grade them from this case.
From this case.
The particular is the test of the Chief Justice and the justice system of the Republic of Liberia.
Right.
Because this is the first hardcore case for him. So, like even the presiding judge on the case,
Roosevelt Willie,
he should know that the case will promote him, and the same case cannot promote him.
Yeah.
So all I had is Liberian National Police and Liberian Justice System. Thank you very much for picking me up.
Thank you very much, Jerry Lakbey there from Monrovia. Let's go to the line here. Welcome, 302-3080 from Delaware. Hello.
Hey, hello, Mr. Gilmore.
How you doing?
How you doing? How yourself?
I'm great.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Gilmore. You did a fantastic job by just bringing the report right to our doorstep.
Right.
Right to our phone. You see, Mr. Gilmore, the whole fire or the saga surrounding this fire, it was all about the illegal removal of Fanatic
Kofa, yeah.
So everything they could do to implicate this innocent man and those guys,
yeah,
is what they did and they continue to do, even up to they are taking it to the justice system.
Correct.
Mr. Gilmore, for Gregory Coleman to unilaterally bring 2 fire experts from Minnesota.
Three of them.
3.
Yeah.
Mr. Gilmore, it's not small money that man caught.
No.
So he need to prove to the president that he did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing a good job, it's good for you to do a good job. But do it without favor.
Without fear or favor.
Without fear and favor. What do I mean to say that? All of the investigation that is going on, it was 2 group of people that were fighting for power.
Right.
Especially one person was actually fighting for power because the other side already had it.
The other side already had it, yeah.
So everything is there. The day on that fire is again a relation to a spoon. This man who defended Turner, Samuel Koga, he was right in the building.
You are right in the building.
They can subpoena that man from law, call law. I mean, in communication, who he communicated with. That whole night, even the day, even the month leading to that thing, they will get it.
Yeah.
But regrettably, none of these guys, the speaker, like literally told his worker to vandalize Yeke Kolbaka in broad day.
But what about the speaker's office?
Yes. Yeah. Then the men in broad day, they say your boss a man do legitimate speaker.
Yeah.
Your boss a man do.
What do you say about what do you say about the report talking about based on their investigation and analysis? It might have started around the speaker office, and then listening to Mo Ali in his car.
Yeah. So if you see if you look at that report and you go back to collect your pieces,
yeah,
like what you talk about about Mo Ali. Mo Ali, you don't work within the legislature. Mo Ali You are not even around. How did you know that it was around the speaker office? It was pre-planned.
Yeah.
And there were few guys, because he was a firefighter, he was a waterman, they were able to connect, how they call it, give him the detail of the operation.
Yeah.
Why will you carry out an investigation without no, other guys that were in the majority black? One of them, their name is not there. And one was there. Koga was right there. You know why they killed that boy, Monba? Because he knows the detailed information.
He knows the detail, right?
The interview you just read about him, it was not a word. They play around his response and post something there to look like he said it.
Right.
I don't want to hold a line, but hey, after Gabriel Como and the Liberian government,
absolutely,
anybody who is responsible, who was responsible for this fire issue, the seat of the country, you sell it ablaze because of power.
Because of power.
If they find the person, I support the person going to jail, but it should be done without fear and favor. That's our concern.
Absolutely.
Don't go to innocent. The man already had the power. How they call it, or fanatical power that done to do the kind of thing.
Right.
He will start the fire at his office and take it into the question. What's up with the police commander that was assigned over the days, and I said days prior to the fire outbreak? What was his report? Did he get police report when he was sending shit?
Right.
Because nobody was in that building. The only people that were allowed to enter that building after the barricade and whole thing, the police take over that building, it was only few of the majority black had the access to go in and come out.
Absolutely.
So why where is their response, or where is the report from police officers that were on duty?
And then throughout the report, you don't hear about water and sewer truck on the scene.
No,
nothing, because they talk to them not to include water and sewer there, because they've been following the show and we've been talking about Mo Ali. When did Mo Ali get the call?
Mo Ali, when you know, your video all around.
Yeah,
Mo Ali used to be
water truck.
Mo Ali, where were you that day when you did a video? It was American good. If it was America, the GPL will pick up where you are at.
Of course, they can do that. They can do that. They can
do it in Liberia. They can pick up. Mo Ali, you were right there.
Yeah.
And so people will call. Who called you? What was the detail of the conversation?
Yeah. Early morning.
Yeah. He was there. Why were you up at that time?
Where were you? Thank you very much, brother. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gamer.
No doubt. Thank you very much. Let's go to Musa Brown from New Jersey. Musa, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Gamer, how you doing?
I'm good, my man. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to say thank you for reading out that report.
Yeah.
Mr. Gamer, two things grabbed my attention when you started the show. The first thing about this little boy from Bon County.
James Colette.
Yeah. You know, this kid think that when you become representative, you Superman. And you know, and when Liberia was a serious country, that this country, James Colette will not be representative right now. He should be in jail and be investigated. Because he used two statements that told us, even the little man, the little old man in the village, will say that he know who he sent to burn the Capitol building. The first, when he come to the chair, he said, we were afraid.
We were afraid before somebody destroyed
Why were you afraid?
before somebody
When the
destroys them.
chairs, if you claim that the chairs are been in the basement of the Capitol building for years, why were you afraid so that somebody can destroy them?
Yeah.
When you have carried them and you furnish them according to your own statement, why were you afraid?
Why were you afraid?
Why were you afraid when you brought it back to the Capitol building where it belongs? And then he said, we at least expect.
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
What were you expecting?
Total statement has just indicted James Collier, and by now James Collier should be beyond bar. He should be passing freely.
Right.
But you know, this is the country, Mr. Goodman, I can always say, when you take a wicked man and make him leader, when you take a wicked man and make him leader of a country, the country will go down the drain, even the judicial system. That's what is happening right now.
Right.
You look at the stand that George Roosevelt really is taking. What would be the big deal? Liberians are hungry. The international community want to know why, what happened in the fire case.
Everybody wants to know.
It is not because of Fanatic Cover.
No.
If Fanatic Cover is responsible for the burning down the Capitol building, he should go to jail.
Absolutely.
Let's agree. But why is it that he's refusing? That hey, when the case come on, let there be a television televised. That we know the decision he's taking, that we know what is going on. So that we can be aware of the decision he's taking. But for the beginning of the case, George Roosevelt would have just showing us that the verdict that he's going to come down with going to be that of different. Because there is the three motions. The defense counsel has put forth three motions. He denied all three. The defense counsel said these people were suppressed. They were to do. Instead of him calling, when the defense counsel is calling for an independent examination on these guys, he sent it to the JFK. To who?
To who?
To the medical doctor that Joseph Parker sent there?
Yeah.
To the family people that are working there, that will write a report and send?
Uh-huh.
We're not stupid. And you see, Mr. Gamer, these are some of the things that brought the war to Liberia.
Yeah.
When you suppress people too much, they get angry and it gets out of hand.
Right.
And we are speaking to Liberians. We should stand up. This is about time. It's not about demonstration, but to speak out against this ill that Joseph Parker is bringing to our country. And sometimes I seem to believe that it is true that Joseph Parker is not from Liberia. Because no man, no human being that would think that you love somewhere so dearly would do things to destroy that place. And that is what Joseph Parker is doing.
Right.
And then when I look at this boy, Gregory Coleman, you pass a whole lot of police. Hey, Gregory Coleman, we saw police director.
Except for a bulletproof car from Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah.
But Gregory Coleman, we saw during Toba administration, what a man that was the police director. I think that was one of the yeah.
Joe Tate.
No, not Joe Tate. During Toba administration, the police director.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we saw him. He went. These were powerful people. Yeah. We saw Jiggy Scott. We saw Defense Minister Grady Allison. Powerful men. These were men. Where are they? Slow down, my son. My piggy, slow down. You run it too much. Hey, there are people that are powerful than you. Stop it. That were S-T-O-P. Stop. You better stop. Because God likes to live after 6 years. These very people are the people you will start interacting with right after 6 years. Gregory. So, Mr. Gilbert, even the report. So, if you submit that report to court, and we have a judge that will sit on that case that is fair and just, Mr. Gilbert, the people really lost the case. The first thing, the report from the fire service, the report condemned even the fire service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you take a fire service, you take somebody maybe fire service that have no idea about fire service.
Nothing.
The deputy, Emmanuel Farr, no idea.
No idea.
Somebody who are just taking picture for the made a deputy fire service director. Because of the political appointment. These are people that no knowledge, nothing, even about security. When you make a fire service.
Square peg
So
in
you
round hole.
think, yeah, then you take people who been doing fire service, who have been doing security, you bring them. The people look at our whole fire service system and say, look at me, what kind of thing they put on here so?
Yeah.
My people, what kind of play here so?
Yeah.
You see, you present report to somebody, the person look at and say, it is a trash, you're putting in the can. That's what the report said. Because there was nothing reasonable that the people could grab, because the people were they wanted the first hand of report that they was based their report on, so they got to start everything all over. Because the people you got in power, the people you got there at that place got no knowledge, no idea, nothing. They start calling on talk show and making big noise.
Right.
But this is our country, Mr. Gaiman.
This is our country.
We're calling on Joseph Boakai. We're calling on George Willie. We're not threatening him.
No.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. This case
or else
that you're handling,
else you will begin to think and fall off right behind right on the bench.
This case that you're handling, Judge Willie,
right on the bench.
Yeah. This case that you're handling, Judge Willie, will demote you and your family, your entire generation, will promote them. And your history will judge you.
Yeah.
History is going to judge you. Not because of those that you have, not because of those that are facing trial. It's because of the decision that you're going to make that will reflect your children and your children's children. So we're not threatening you. We're just asking you for the sake of Liberia.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. We don't want to go back to those days.
Yeah.
The suppression that brought war to Liberia.
Thank you very much.
And if
sir.
anything happened to Liberia, Judge Willie, you will not be a judge.
No.
You will not be a judge. You will not take those decisions. That free money you get, you will not get it. The house you're sleeping in with security around you, you will not have it. Trust me. We will not threaten you. But please, we take God. The children can say, we take God to beg you. The Nigerian men say, do the right thing for our country to sail in peace.
Right.
Joseph Barker is on his way. He gone already. And he's not coming back.
No, he's not. Thank you very much.
Do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and God bless you, Mr. Kiman.
No doubt. Thank you very much. Folks, we got a couple more minutes. If you want to place a call here, we're going to take you quickly. The number's here, 313-957-9702. Gabriel West, this judge will regret greatly if he messes around with this case. Let them be joking. Charles Baggery. Good morning from my end, from my side here, Mr. Gilman. Mr. Gilman, why the fire service director can be questioned on this case? It's a great question. And that's why we are saying that they need to put all of them on the witness stand. They need to put all of them on the witness stand. We just read the whole report, Charlie, from the Minnesota former fire chiefs, retired fire chiefs, with X amount of years in the business. Okay? And they condemn the Liberia Fire Service. That they never had anything done. No report. That even the fire chief have little or no understanding of the profession. In their report. Okay? I mean, the report is so damning. We just read the whole thing here. And I'm happy I did it. I have no regrets of doing it, you know. Let's take one more caller here. Mohammed from the UAE.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Gilman.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Kamara.
Mohammed Kamara, welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
You know, Mr. Gilman, you sell it and nothing deep behind. These are the problems that the government up to now, they're not able to do nothing with the case. All their aim is to delay the case for the entire 6 years to go after that one case because they have nothing to offer the Liberian people but to pretend and to say they have case. They have case. You send people for you to go do investigation. They did the investigation. And you now ask them for report, nothing. They go now see the damaging report they gave against the government.
No, they took the report. They submitted a report. They submitted a report to the government.
Share the report by the citizen. The government could not share
they didn't share the report. No, they did not.
They could not share the report because they know the report is against them, against their lives. They lies. The only thing they do, they hold people and jail them. Only to score political goal. That's why they're doing. You see?
Right.
Yes, sir. The government nothing. They have nothing to show in that case. Even they said they know that fire it was electrical shot. That fire, they know that definitely. But the only thing
the report said it was not electrical. The report said it was not electrical. It says something.
Yeah, okay,
something caused the fire.
We agree.
But
yeah, we agree, Mr.
Yeah.
We agree, Mr. Gilman. But in that process, before that fire incident could happen that particular morning, that people were at the Capitol where the security were there. Because when the protest held,
security was there. The report said
security was there.
The report said security was there.
Security was there.
Yeah.
Where the person are holding the key. Security were there. And man, the security, they have police. Police were assigned there. After the protest, police were assigned there when the incident occurred. So where are all those people? They left them behind. They're running after people that they were not even part of the scene. Only because they want to score political goal or they are assigned by Funati Kufa. So we do that they will disgrace the people. But the people go will see them. You see, you can do things that they all be sincere. We all put the political mentality to get a proper investigation on that Capitol building case.
Right.
If that Kofa boy, that Kofa go to jail. But put the sad days, let the investigation be transparent.
Absolutely.
Then they start hitting things. The police actually nothing, you know nothing about fire. You go stay, you getting report on fire. Did you study about fire?
Nothing. Thank you, Mohammed.
You don't know nothing about fire.
Let me squeeze a couple colors in. Thank you. Jay Kalakba Howard, my dear friend and brother from Detroit, right here. A point. Let it be fully understood that fire investigation is a complex field that includes, but is not limited to science, intuition, legal ethics, and compassion, to list a few. The prime of such investigation must be detailed in determining the fire's origin, absent subjectivity, cause, and spread, which requires knowledge of fire behavior, chemistry, physics, and investigative techniques and procedures that average person or persons may know. Okay. On the second part, however, such investigation, it did not conclude on that. But thanks, Galakwa Howard. Thanks for being on here tonight. Let's go to the line and welcome another caller here. That would be Dexter 12 from Louisville, Kentucky. Dexter, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to the listening audience. Mr. Gilman, I don't have enough time myself. I don't have enough time, but I just wanted to bring back to your memories. You remember on this platform I share a joke about the election results.
Right.
Both Africa, Europe, and America. And when it came to Liberia, Africa, the election results is known before even the election.
Before the election, yeah.
That's what's going on here, Mr. Gilman. From the local things. And what you have been saying in that of which we listen to tonight, Mr. Gilman. The plan was premeditated.
It was premeditated, yeah.
And they have come up to the conclusion to blame it on who they want to blame it on. And
But that's what the report said.
Yeah.
That the fire department, all the investigation, they couldn't produce anything, but they were able to determine the criminal investigation. They concluded the criminal investigation
before even
that is
the fire was
they follow
already.
Joseph Barker's statement that were gangsters and hooligans that burned the Capitol. So they just follow on that. That's the criminal aspect.
Immediately the fire, it was not even off yet.
No.
The fire started. While the fire was still going on, he started, he said that. And so let me just conclude on this document. Mark my words. When you saw the people's process move up, the speaker, and it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that the fire incident happened. The process is going. Look at what is going on through the judiciary system. In the government, we will end up tomorrow by saying that okay, and God forbid, for people to be in jail, then they are satisfied. And if that happens, we are not going anywhere.
No.
So God forbid. But this process, the government is very clear. We plan it. We can talk. Like Brahman says, we will talk tire.
We will talk tire.
I wish there is another way that we can go about doing this for the government.
Absolutely.
I was listening to you reading this thing tonight. It's like tears set in my eyes.
Yeah.
Where are we headed? Hey, Liberia.
Where are we? Thank you very much, Dexter Tue. Let's go to our last caller here. That will be Alf Rose. Alf, welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
No doubt.
I just got one point, concerning, you said, I think when you're reading the report, I think I heard the boxer matches.
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah. The boxer matches survive.
And
they continue with the gasoline survive. Yeah.
Well, if they try to fake it so much onto the message of just those two actions, they can disqualify the whole.
I'm telling you,
the whole thing. Yeah, thank you very much. That's all. Yeah.
That was short and nice. Yeah, the boxer matches survive. They continue with the gasoline inside survive. Right? Joseph Yanti, Mr. Gable. Is James Colette higher than the law that he cannot be called to the witness stand? I don't know. But he was not mentioned in the report. And these investigators, they were on the closing argument. I went there and I made a case that they should talk to these guys. Question James Colette. Question Mo Ali. Question Samuel Koga, Police Director, Inspector General Gregory Coleman, Justice Minister, Samuel Kofi Owusu Woods, Prince C. Johnson. All of those people who agencies were connected with the torture, sodomization of young men. Okay? They didn't talk to them. Even Mo Ali. They didn't talk to Mo Ali. They did not mention that water and sewer truck was on the ground. It's on the video. Why did they leave out such a significant aspect? The water and sewer truck. One of the first trucks that were on the ground. Why did they leave it out? Why? Okay? Why? A friend, a colleague at work saw that that video, Mo Ali, and the guy said, Mr. Gilmore, actually, that's a professor in law enforcement, teaching criminal justice. Yeah. He said, Mr. Gilmore, I follow some of your stuff. I said, you do? He said, yeah. You said you on YouTube. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I thought this thing was all secret. He said, no, but you're doing good. I follow you sometime. I listen to you sometime. But my interest is drawn to the video you've been playing with that guy sitting in his car. How you call him? Or Ali? Ali? I said, yeah, Mo Ali. He said that video is very interesting. Yeah. Now, why he said? He said that video is very interesting because how can you be in the car and be able to detect or determine which part of the building is on fire? But you just read it in the report. The Minnesota fire investigators, you just read it in their report. That based on their analysis, investigation, and analysis, the fire might have started, the origin, around the speaker's office. Around the speaker's office. The government refused to submit this report as evidence. They refused to submit it. But I believe some of the findings, like the materials and all of that that they talk about, the over 300 stuff they say they got, I'm sure the government going to admit that into evidence and use it against Funati Kofa and others. But they will hear from us. And when I say they will hear from us, the Concerned Liberian Network, they will hear from us. Yeah. If we're going to sue the government, we're going to do whatever, sue the police director, the fire service chief, Mo Ali, and others. If we're going to do it, we will do it. We will do it. Charles Robson Bagre, James Colette said, we didn't expect this to happen. So what was he expecting to happen? All those guys need to answer questions. They all do. They all do. They all need to answer questions. You know? But folks, that does it for us here tonight. Our country was never like this. No, Liberia was never like this. We had a great country. We did. We had a great country. And the country was never like this. So let it behoove all of us who want to see this country strive, prosper, grow, continue to do all we can to make it happen. Again, thanks to our lone donor tonight, Gabriel West, T. West. Thank you. $100 came in from Cash App. Thank you. If you want to send your donations, please do send it to 313-957-9702. Mighty Choco Chape, you're gonna watch the show afterwards, okay? Nancy Gallo, thank you. She said, great job, brother. No doubt. Thank you very much. And Charles Robson Baggery, my man, I told you to call me. I thought I had your number, but take my number and call me on WhatsApp, my man. And thanks for your donation as well. Everybody saw the list with your name on there that you're going to donate the wire nails throughout the construction project. And they were like, who is that? I said, that's a Liberia in Monrovia. But folks are very much impressed with our fundraiser. Okay. I did speak with the chair of the committee on Ways, Means, and Finance today. I spoke with her today from Monrovia, and they are absolutely excited, impressed with what we are doing here. Okay, so please, we're gonna be on here Friday before we travel to Liberia. Yeah, we're gonna be here Friday. That's in the next few hours before we travel to Liberia. Please send your donations. Send your donations in. Even while we are in Liberia, please do what you can. Concerned Liberian Network. Jeanette Colley, welcome there from Belgium. Okay. Until then, let's pray for our country and keep it safe. Okay. Liberia was not like this.
Mr. President, I love to.
Let me read this comment from my dear big sister here, Harriet Weiser, from Philadelphia. She said, when I imagine what that Capitol building used to look like and hearing about it being burned is boring me, because I know what the Capitol building used to look like, and it is the historical nature of the country. The same rebel again that brought the 15-year war, and it destroyed the historical nature of the conference room in the Virginia African Hotel, Hotel Africa. It was the historic of the settlers that came to Liberia, and it was the architecture that made us to see and learn. Wow. Miss Wizard, thank you very much. Favor Morris from the Netherlands, welcome to you there. Great to see you here as well. Now because I said Jeanette Colley from Belgium, so Favor Morris said I'm gonna call her on her knee and say from the Netherlands. Oh, Jeanette moved to the Netherlands now. Jeanette, are you now in the Netherlands? My dear Choco Chape, Nancy Gallo, and all of you. I didn't know Jeanette had moved to the Netherlands. Though. Jeanette, you gotta pay fine. La bro, we gotta make it better.
Drugs everywhere, ghetto everywhere. Our children are the victims, but then we hating them. We calling them so-go because they're stealing. They're doing all kinds of things to keep up with that habit. Liberia wanna let go. When I was growing, we used to play. We used to play lapa. We used to do hide and seek. We were not taking the push, taking the drugs.
Eddie, my attention, I'm silently listening. I know.
BB cup of juice and have BB bottle of beer. We bring in drugs in the country.
All right, Jeanette. She says I'm in Holland, brother. Okay.
Why are we exposing them? Hey, we kidding the children.
I thought you and Peter Lee were in Belgium together.
So we can in peace, Mr. President.
When Standard and I were campaigning, they made a war to believe that it was a CDC-led government that were manufacturing drugs in Liberia. That was political seasoning, and it worked for them, and they succeeded. Today, the drugs in 2024 and 2025 is far more than the drugs that have been in Liberia since its establishment, since independence. But we cannot play politics out of this.
Our children are the victims, but then we hating them. We calling them so-go because they're stealing. They're doing all kinds of things to keep up with that habit. Liberia wanna let go. When I was growing, we used to play. We used to play lapa. We used to do hide and seek. We were not taking the push, taking the drugs. We the BB people then are supposed to be protecting the children. They had to drink BB cup of juice and have BB bottle of beer. We bringing drugs in the country. What are the foreigner or the outside? Who's fighting our children? Why are we exposing them? Hey, we killing the children. Liberia wanna let this are so we can in peace, Mr. President.
Liberia wanna let this. All right, Jeanette, thanks for the info. Hey. His loving highness, Julius Melton. I will check you out tomorrow, okay?
Trust everywhere, ghetto everywhere. Our children are the victim, but then we hating them. We calling them so-go because they're stealing. They're doing all kinds of things to keep up with that habit. Liberia wanna let go. When I was growing, we used to play. We used to play lapa. We used to do hide and seek.
I'm telling you
We
all.
were not taking a push.
There were no push, no drug.
People then are supposed to be protecting the children.
We used to be drinking BB Fanta.
And have BB bottle of beer. We bringing drugs
BB
in the
bottle of
country.
beer.
What are the foreigner or the outside? Who's fighting our
Liberia wanna let this.
Why are we exposing them? Hey, we killing
Tim
the
John
children.
Kakula Sumo.
Liberia wanna let this.
Liberia wanna let this. Eddie, Maya Kasson Balama.
So we can in peace, Mr. President.
You know, when Standard and I were campaigning, they made a word to believe that it was a CDC-led government that were manufacturing drugs in Liberia. That was political seasoning, and it worked for them, and they succeeded. Today, the drugs in 2024 and 2025 is far more than the drugs that have been in Liberia since its establishment, since independence. But we cannot play politics out of this.
Our children are the victim.
Double Hill.
We hating them. We
Other artists you add to this beat and the chorus.
To keep up with that habit.
Liberia will not like this at all.
When I was growing, we used to play. We used to play lapa. We used to do.
Well, folks, that's also for us here tonight.
We were not taking a push.
Do have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time.
People then are supposed to be
We're gonna be back here again.
Try to drink BB cup of juice.
With a brand new edition on Friday,
we bringing drugs in the country.
September 5th.
What are the foreigner or the outside? Who's fighting our children?
Until then, my name is Wild Michael Gilman. Thanks to all of you, our distributors. Those of you that trended with us on YouTube, on Facebook, our colors, our team of analysts and panelists are all digging deeper tonight for another day. Ciao, ciao.